Queen Elizabeth II marking her accession to the throne.
I thought it had to be upside down for the press.
As they can see. I don't matter.
Except she does matter.
I have never met anyone more impressive, more remarkable. Her wisdom, her kindness, her sense of duty.
Today, a celebration of an unprecedented milestone, the first British monarch to reign for 70 years.
Already 70 years.
She had that little sparkle in her eye. Terrific sense of humour. You know, her sense of humour was that little frail.
In a statement ahead of the reception, the Queen renewing the pledge she made in 1947 on her 21st birthday.
I declare before you all that my whole life, whether it be long or short, shall be devoted to your service.
And in a highly significant intervention, also expressing a wish that her daughter-in-law Camilla become known as Queen Consort when Charles is crowned king, writing, "When in the fullness of time my son Charles becomes king, I know you will give him and his wife Camilla the same support that you have given me."
Somebody else can finish it off, do the rest of it.
A decision that will shape the future of the British monarchy.
Nowadays we do things quite differently.
The anniversary coming at a time of turmoil for the royal family.
The British royal family is obviously a delicious, steaming broth of scandal and gossip and human interest.
After a year that delivered great sadness, intense public scrutiny and damaging headlines.
The monarchy and the Queen are synonymous for most people.
Well, that's very interesting to see.
And once we're past the end of the Queen's reign, all bets are off as to where public opinion is going to go.
Their future uncertain.
The nugget I take out of the broth is the Queen. Let us for the moment celebrate this lady. All she's done to bring joy to the world, that's what we'll be celebrating this year.
Our UK correspondent Lucy McDonald joins us now to give us the royal lowdown. Lucy, good to see you. This felt like a heartfelt letter from a grandmother to the nation.
Grandmother of the nation, yeah, absolutely. I think it's a call for the Queen to kind of gee up action and love for Charles and Camilla, as well as reflect on the last 70 years of her reign. Obviously, the Queen is much loved. We saw the pictures of her cutting that cake. Still looking okay for her age, actually. Still looking very with it. Very keen, as she says, to serve still, making jokes as she plunged that knife into the cake. But obviously, things might change when Charles does become king. And I feel that letter was designed to reflect on the last 70 years' changes and achievements, but also to think about the future in a world where she won't reign anymore.
Yeah, speaking of, she said that when Charles eventually becomes king, she wants Camilla to be called the Queen Consort. What is that?
Well, that's the big news story here this morning, the fact that the Queen has said Camilla can be Queen. Because when Charles divorced Diana, Diana would have automatically have become Queen, but Camilla would have been denied that role. So Queen Consort is literally consort is the person who supports the king. So Philip was Prince Consort to the Queen, Albert was Prince Consort to Queen Victoria. But I think it's the title Queen there that's been really important. And I guess that shows the respect that the Queen has for Camilla. They've had a pretty enduring relationship, actually. And I think it gives a very strong public signal that she wants Camilla to be treated properly, treated as the Queen, and that she's imbuing her with love and respect.
So, Lucy, what's the reaction been to the Queen making this statement about Camilla?
Well, I think you have to separate the British public from the British tabloids, because Camilla had a very hard ride, well, as did Diana, in the tabloids. But I think actually Camilla has just been pretty quiet and pretty constant for the last however many years. And I think that people have actually warmed to her. She's done a lot around literacy. She does this big competition around short story writing with the radio DJ Chris Evans that people really like for kids. She's done a lot of work around domestic violence. But I think people have also seen her encourage Charles to have a bit more fun when he does these events, a bit more playful. And they do seem very happy together. So I think people have warmed to her. I don't think there's an enduring, a wave of fascination and love for her, but people accept her, I suppose.
Lucy, just before we let you go, does this mean we're going to have Charles on our money? And if so, are we going to have to make our notes bigger to fit his ears in?
question. You'll definitely have him on the notes, but I don't think they'll be making them any bigger.
Lucy McDonald, thanks for your time tonight.
Thank you.